Hello everyone, welcome to all. In the previous class, we have discussed about some basic problems regarding to the simply supported beam as well as the cantilever beam. Okay, we have discussed some how to construct SFT BMD. Okay, what is the uh, counterflexor? Okay, what is the point of counterflexor? So what it does means is whenever the shear force is getting to zero or bending moment, it changes its sign. It changes its sign in the sense changes its from negative to positive or positive to negative. Okay, we can call it as a point of counterflexor. Okay, suppose before going to that, let me in this session we are going to discuss about few more concepts, few more problems on SFD BMD. Okay, before going to that, let me revise what are the sign conventions. Okay, so as we know that, just a look at have a look at this screen. We have a so this is the sign convention for the shear force, and this is the sign convention for the bending moment. So this is the sign convention is all downward forces will be positive. Okay, when we consider a section here, when we consider a section here, for the right side of the section, all downward forces will be positive. If you consider a section, all upward forces will be negative. Okay, this is the main reason. Okay, main principle. You need to remember this one. Okay, this is the best way to remember. Okay, there are so many ways to consider sign conventions, but this is the best way. All if you consider a section here, all downward forces will be positive. All upward forces. This is the upward forces. Okay, all upward forces will be negative. If you consider a bending moment, this is the anti-clockwise bending moment. We can call it as a positive, hogging, sagging. This is the anti-clockwise bending moment. Anti-clockwise bending moment is uh, you can call it as a positive. This is the negative bending moment. So clockwise movements. Here the clockwise movements will be negative. So here the clockwise loads will be positive. Here the clockwise bending moment will be negative. Okay, this is the complete vice versa. If it is positive, then it could be a negative. Okay. A cantilever with point load at a free end. So we already discussed in the first second lesson. Okay, we already discussed in the second class in this one. This is the fourth class, I think. Okay. So this is the how does it look like whenever in this. Let me revise how to consider how does the SFD BMD diagrams will be happen. Okay. First one is the cantilever beam with the point load. Okay. So if in case of point load, the SFT will be a straight lines. Okay. If in case of point load, the SFT will be straight lines. If in case of BMD, while coming to BMD, which is the point load, how do we represent point load? With a inclined line here. Okay. This is the point load here of point load of W. Okay. So this is the baseline as usually. AB this is the first baseline. From here to we just construct a vertical line up to the magnitude of W. Okay, this is the magnitude of W. So from here to here there is no load. That's the reason entire shear force will be constant by the representation of horizontal line. Okay, and while coming to bending moment, AB is the baseline. From here B to we have a negative bending moment will be there, inclined slight line. Okay, why we taking it as a positive for the SFD? Why we taking it as a negative for the BMD? Why? Because we already know that all downward forces will be positive for the SFD. Okay, all clockwise bending moment will be negative in case of BMD. Okay, that's why reason. Here the SFD will be positive. Why? Because all downward forces will be positive. Here the bending moment will be negative. Why? Because here there is a probability of clockwise movements. Okay, and what will happen if the UDL will be there? Okay, if in case of UDL, all SFD will be inclined line here. Okay, here the point load, SFD will be straight lines. Okay, bending moment will be inclined line. Here, for in case of UDL, SFT will be inclined line. Okay, bending moment will be a parabolic curve. This is the parabolic curve, not a inclined line. Okay, this is the parabolic curve. So here also, for the SFD, the value could be the W only. In case of bending moment, the value could be W into L. So what does it mean? The bending moment is a load is multiplied by the perpendicular distance. Okay, you can call it as a bending moment. Here also, the bend. How do we represent UDL? UDL we can represent it by the W Newton per meter. Okay, per meter of length, per meter length of the span of the beam, W amount of load will be acting will be there. Okay, if the length of the beam will be 10 meters, the UDL will be the 5 newtons per meter. Okay, what it could be there. So for 1 meter, the load will be 5 kilonewtons, 5 newtons. Okay, if in case of 10 meters, it should be multiplied with the 5. Okay, so 15 newton per meter. The total load will be the 15 newton per meter. Okay. For SFD also, WX, WL is nothing but this is the magnitude of SFD. For in case of UDL, okay, it should be multiplied with the load. It should be multiplied with the distance. Okay, for in case of SFD. So what does it mean that the UDL? How do you calculate the UDL? Is also how do you find out the UDL? It should be multiplied with the length of the beam. Okay, every UDL is represented by the per meter only. Okay, in case of 1.5 meter of length of beam or 2 meters of length of the beam, so we should multiply it with the length of the beams. Okay, this is the, don't forget. Okay, this is the main thing to remember. Okay, WL will be the WL amount of the magnitude will be the SFD in case of UDL, which is represented by the inclined lines here. Okay, this could be the positive. Why? Because all upward forces, and when we consider a section here, all upward forces will be positive. That's the reason this is the positive. If you can see all down, this is the UDL, which is tends to change the rotate the beam in a clockwise movement. Okay, so all clockwise movements will be negative. So the value could be this. Just remember this formula, Wx square by 2 or Ws square by 2. At any section, the bending moment will be Wx square by 2. Okay, at any free end, at the fixed end, the value could be the Ws square by 2. Okay, at the here it is the section Wx, the SFD will be at the point low at the fixed end, the value could be the W times of L. Okay, so let me revise some how to we construct the SFD BMD diagrams. Okay, a few more. So this is the cantilever beam, which is having a system of forces 4 kilonewtons at a distance of 1 meter here. Okay, from the free end. Okay, So how do we construct the SFD? How do you construct the BMD also? So first of all, just remember, first of all, draw a baseline here. This is the baseline ABC. So from here to here, from at the point C, there is a 4 kilonewtons will be there. So 4 kilonewtons amount of magnitude of amount of shear force will be displayed by straight line. Straight line in the sense of vertical line. Okay. From here to here, there is no any point loads. So that's why reason the amount of 4 kilonewtons will be constant up to the 1 meter. Okay, from here to here, and then it brings to few more rise of 4 kilonewtons. Why? Because 4 kilonewtons, one more force will be adding. Okay, previously 4 kilonewtons will be there, and at the point B, one more load will be acting. That's why reason 4 plus 4, 8 kilonewtons will be constant from up to the fixed end. Okay. So where we construct the uh, while we construct the bending moment diagram also, we have a B C. This is the baseline. First of all, this is the baseline here. Okay. From here to here, uh, after constructing baseline, just to remember, this is the negative bending moment. Okay, that's why reason we just extend the line in a downward direction. Okay, not in positive way. The SFD will be, this is the SFD positive. Okay, so this is the positive side, this is the negative side. Okay, from C to B we have a one load, one bending moment will be there. From C to B, we have a one bending moment which is caused by the 4 kilonewtons only. Okay, which is represented by inclined line here. From up to B, from B to C, we have inclined line which represents one load, which is 4 kilonewtons. Okay, from B to A, we have another load in the sense we have another bending moment will be getting into adding. Okay, so it is represented by this is the one bending moment and this is the another bending moment. Okay, these two are not the same, these are separated. Okay, and the slope of this inclined line will be varies from individual. Okay, let us consider let us see one more problems regarding cantilever beam. Okay, so here this is the force diagram. Okay, first of all, this is the whenever the system of force is acting on the body, which is represented by a diagram, we can call it as a force diagram. Here also, A, B, C, D. At the point D, we don't have any loads here. Okay, we will have the loads with respect to the points of B and C only. At the point B, 18 newtons. At the point C, 60 newtons will be there. Okay. So while we construct the SFD when BMD also, from A, this is the baseline here. First of all, draw the baseline and extend the positive side. Okay, this is the positive side. From D to C, we don't have any loads. That's the reason there is no zero. SFD will be 0. Okay, and at the point C, 16 newtons will be there. So SFD will be starts from at the point C only. Okay, from C, we have a 16 newtons. This is the magnitude. From here to here, there is no any point load in between these 2 points. Okay, at the point B, another load will be acting. Okay, 18 newtons. So 60 plus 80, how much it could be there? 140. Okay, 140 newtons will be there. The entire positive, this is the constant up to the point of fixed end. Okay, so this is the entire bend, this is the positive, entire shear force will, this is the positive. Okay, okay, how much amount of 140 newtons amount of shear force will be induced at the fixed end. Okay, And while we construct the BMD diagram also, this is the baseline ABCD. From C to D, we don't have any loads, and as well as we don't have any movements also. So bending moment will be 0 up to the point C. Okay, and after the point C, there will be movement. Okay, after the point C, there will be movement. Okay, which is represented by some inclined line. After the bending moment B, after the point B, another load will be there, and another movement will be also considered into action. Okay, considered into our action. So another bending moment will be there. So the up to B, we have a one inclined plane. From B to fixed line, we have another inclined plane. Okay, but these two inclined planes are not the same. Okay, so from B, how much the amount of bending moment will be there? 60 into 1 meter. Here the force will be 60. The distance will be the 1 meter. So here also, at the point B, the bending moment, the value of bending moment will be the 60 Newton meter. Okay. Here also, at the point fixed end, how much the bending moment could be? At the point fixed end, the previously 60 Newton meter, and is multiplied by the 80 Newton. 80 is by 80. The force will be the 80, and this is the 60 plus 80, 140 as usual. Here the 200 which represents that. Few more concepts are regarding to the few more points will be considered into our action. Okay. Here also ABCD. This is the first diagram. ABCD. So this is the baseline. From C to D, you don't have any loads. From at the point C also, up to the B, we have a UDL. Okay, this UDL which is represented by the inclined line here. Okay, just remember the basic point here. If in case of point load, the SFT will be straight line. Okay, the BMD will be inclined line. If in case of UDL, the SFT it will be a inclined line. The BMD will be a parabolic curve. Okay, this is the main differences between the SFT and BMD for the cantilever beam. Okay, we don't have any loads rather than point and UDL. Okay, in this software. Okay, after the point B, we don't have any loads, and that amount of shear force will be constant up to the fixed end. Okay, this is the 5 node. Here the 5 newtons will be how it will comes. The originally the load will be the 10 kilonewton per meter, but the displacement will be the 0.5 meter, not a 1 meter here. Okay, what are whenever we calculate UDL, the total load will be is multiplied with the length. Okay, is multiplied with the length. So whenever 10 kilonewton per meter is multiplied with the 0.5 meter, we are getting the 5 kilonewtons. Okay, here also, for in case of BMD also, we have a baseline ABCD. From C to D, we don't have any movements. After the point C, we have a movements regarding to the UDL. Okay, this UDL is has a constant up to the fixed end. Okay, which is represented by this one. And the what about the remaining values? It will be coming into the in case of while solving the problems also. Okay. Here I'm just revising the how the SFD will be comes. How the SFD BMD curves diagrams will be looks like. Okay, this is the basic understanding how before going to problems. Okay, here there are the two synonyms will be there. First one, we need to construct a SFD BMD lines from the force diagrams only. Okay, and second one is the mm, mathematical equations. Okay, completely problematic point of view. Okay, at every point we need to calculate the SFD shear force as well as the bending moment also. Before going to the here, I'm going to describe about the only just the shape of the SFD BMD diagrams, how it look like. Okay, in for the easily understanding for you. Here also the UDL will be the this is the another combination of cantilever beam. A cantilever beam which is having a two loads. One load will be the point load which is acting at the free end, and another load will be the UDL which is acting at 3 meters from the free end. Okay, and which is having a span of 2 meters. Okay, the load could be that 1 Newton per meter, and this amount of load is acting on the 2 meter or 2 meter span of the beam. Okay, so the total load will be the 1 Newton is multiplied with the distance. 1 Newton is multiplied with the distance of 2 meters. Okay, the total load will be the 2 newtons, 2 newtons. Okay, while coming to the SFD also, we need to construct a baseline. Okay, from the baseline, we have the point D. We have a 6 newtons. Okay, this is vertically represents the 6 newtons. From here to here, we don't have any loads, so the entire load will be the constant. From here to here, another UDL will be there. Okay, UDL will be the UDL in case of SFD, the UDL will be represented by the inclined lines. Okay, from here to here also there is no any load, so the total load will be the constant. From C to D, we have a one moment here. Okay, one moment. So one clockwise movement, which could be the obviously it could be the negative. Is based on what we consider the assumptions. Okay, all clockwise movements will be positive. That's the reason. And from D to C we have a point load. So the bending moment it could be the inclined line. Okay, straight inclined line. Okay, from C to B we have a UDL. So the bending moment it could be the parabolic curve. Okay, it could be a parabolic curve. From B to A we don't have any. We don't have any loads. So it could be the negative. It could be the slight. I mean, we can call it, how do you know that? Inclined line. Okay, from here to here we have an inclined line up to the load of 56 newtons meter. This is the another combination of cantilever beam. Okay, this is the another combination of cantilever beam. Here also, a load will be the system of forces will be like this one. 40 kilonewtons of point load will be there, and 60 kilonewton per meter the UDL will be there. As usually, 50 kilonewtons of force will be there. Point load will be there here at the starting point of the end point of UDL. Okay. Combination. This is the main combination. What will happen if you up to now we have discussed about these two forces having a separated by some distance, but here there is no distance between these two. Okay, and 100 kilonewtons will be there. Okay, from the as you know that from the baseline, starting from the right side. Okay, from here to here we have 100 newtons. From here to here, E to D, we don't have any loads, and this is the constant. and then at the point D we will have a 50 kilonewtons at the same time UDL also. So in this combination we need to represent first one point load. Okay, whenever the combination of point load UDL, we need to represent first point load here. Okay, point load. After the representation of point load, we are going to UDL. Okay, look at this point D also. From here we will just represent another 50 newtons, 50 kilonewtons. Okay, after that one and this 50 kilonewtons which is represented by a inclined, so sorry, straight line here. Okay, after this one from here to here UDL will be there, UDL which is inclined line. Okay, from here to here constant. So from the point C to B we don't have any loads in between these two points. Okay, at the point B we have a load, at the point C we have a load. Okay, in between the space we don't have any loads, so the entire load will be the constant. Okay, after the point B, at the point B we have a another load 40 kilonewtons. Okay, which is raises to vertical up to 40. The total load will be the 310 kilonewtons. So initially 100 kilonewtons, and and the latter 50 kilonewtons will be there. Okay, 150 kilonewtons. The total load will be the 270 kilonewtons. 270 kilonewtons. How does it comes? 60 is multiplied by 2, 120. Okay, 120 plus 150. Previously 150 will be there. 120 plus 150, 270. So at the point C, 270 kilonewtons will be there. And after the 270, 40 kilonewtons will be there. Okay, 270 plus 40, how much? 310 kilonewtons. Okay, in case of bending moment also, it represents, so it could be the understand only with problems. Okay, problematic point of view. Okay. Here also, while we consider the bending moment for the UDL, the entire load will be acting at the center of the distance. Okay, while we consider a bending moment here, suppose I need to consider the bending moment of A with respect to UDL. Okay, so entire UDL. So how do we calculate the UDL? I mean bending moment. A force is multiplied by perpendicular distance. Here, for in case of UDL, which distance we need to consider? Either a zero point 0.5 meters plus 0.5 meter, 1 meter, or that by 2 meters. Which load, which distance will be we need to consider? Here, the entire UDL will be acts on the center point. Okay, so this is the 2 meter. This is the span of 2 meters at the point of mid one. So which is 1 meter. Okay, so entire load will be acting on the center point. So in case of where we considering the BMD also, the 60 kilonewton into multiplied by 2 meters, and which is having a perpendicular distance of 1 meter here. Okay, before the 1 meter and after the 1 meter, so 2 meters will be distance. Okay, is it understand or not? So let me revise. Okay, we have a point load here, so we have a UDL here. While in considering the bending moment, okay, for the UDL, the point load, the entire UDL which is replaced by a point load here. Okay, here this is the point load. Okay, this is the point load, and this point load which is acting at the center point of the UDL. Center point of is midpoint of length, mid of the length. Okay, if the length will be the 2 meters, the midpoint will be the 1 meter only. Okay, like this one. Okay, entire UDL is replaced by this force, and which is acting on the 1 meter here. Okay. It will be the 1 meter, and it will be the another 1 meter. Okay, almost 2 meters. Okay. Let us have a look at the simply supported. Up to now we have discussed about the cantilever beams, and now we are going to discuss about the simply supported beams. Okay, some basic points. How do how the SFD BMD will be looks like. Okay, so this is the next class we will discuss in the next class. Okay.